Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Alright, so hello. This is 22nd of November 2023, 4:08 a.m. So this is my first video. I wanted to, honestly, since I was young, I always admired people who could speak clearly, fluently, articulate themselves well, express themselves well in front of a crowd. Even since I started watching YouTube, which was a bit older, way older, honestly. Uh, uh, Whenever I see someone speak nicely, speak continuously, properly, at least be able to express themselves well, I I always admired that. I respected that, and that's one skill set I respect, probably more than anything else, because it's amazing. And the more I learn about the world, the older I grew, the more I understood how crucial it is to be able to speak your mind, to be able to say what you have to say in the way you want it to say. So this today, um, this is something I want to practice my whole life. I feel, although my writing isn't bad, I like to think it isn't, but when I try to speak it out in words in front of people or in front of the camera, I'm not as fluent, or I get nervous. I forget the words to say, and often I just have a hard time saying things spontaneously. First, I need to work on my accent as well. I know because in my college days, a lot of my friends used to correct me in a friendly way. They were nice about it, but I knew it. I had to work on it. My pronunciation as well. I still have lots of issues on that. And more than anything, I feel it's the smoothness on the fly thing. That's probably my biggest issue, because I've seen people who have very bad pronunciation, who aren't exactly good at English to begin with, but they still are very good at continuing to say what they have to say. Maybe not in exactly in the way they want to say it, but you get the idea. So I want to get very comfortable in front of the camera. And nowadays, into this world, just being able to speak well in front of the camera is a great skill to have. And I feel this will pay dividends in my own life. I feel if I can speak well in front of the camera, I can speak well in front of people. Honestly, video calls and stuff nowadays. So I do want to get good in front of the camera. I think my biggest issue with speaking in front of people and in front of the camera as well, before the video calls and videos even became a thing when I was younger, was the issue was I was bullied is probably a stretch. I mean, it could be called bullying. It's more like mocking. So like during my school days, I am a bit cross-eyed. It's hard for me to focus. I have like a double vision going on even now. Like I have one vision here, one vision here. So it's hard for me to focus it all in. And then during my school days, I I was like mocked for having cross-eyed. I think I still do a bit. So it makes me conscious, self-conscious. So especially when I am in a video like this, I have a hard time looking at the exact camera, because my eyes have a hard time focusing on the camera itself. So that's honestly the first thing I have to overcome. Since I can't focus, I'll have to choose. Especially now, back then this double vision issue wasn't that pronounced. I don't remember it being that pronounced, but I still had like a, back then it was more of a mental thing, right? So I was just too conscious of appearing cross-eyed, so I would just not focus on one thing. I would just look away, I'll just keep looking away. Even when I'm speaking to people, I would stare at their eyes for a bit and then look away, because from what I gathered, from what I honestly, I should have like done more research on myself probably, but from what I found out was I my eyes tend to get cross-eyed when I stare at something for a long time, and because of that, I feel like with the cataract, with more complications on that, and my avoidance of not focusing on one thing, it might have actually led to the physical issue I'm dealing with now. That is, I actually have double vision, and it's hard for me to focus. So it's almost like I developed this. I forced my mind to do this in a subconscious way, maybe, or maybe this is the issue of my vision issue getting worse, or it developing into weird angle, maybe, or it's a complication from the cataract. That could be as well. So bottom line, I have to deal with this double vision thing. I have to deal. So the things I have to deal with on a mental level, it's the me overcoming my own awkwardness and my anxiety and fear from things I have experienced as a kid. The mocking, the bullying, and mm, especially the too much self-consciousness of being cross-eyed. That's a mental thing. For physical aspect, I have a hard time overcoming the double vision to focus on the camera. Even now, I can't exactly see the camera hole, my vision issue and stuff, and also the focusing thing. So I have to pick one. I'll try and see how. Maybe the more I get used to it, the more comfortable I am, the more comfortable I get with this, the better and even with the cross, even with all that stuff, maybe I'll have a better time. Maybe it will even go away though if I get comfortable enough with this. So I'll try. This is my first day today, 22nd of November. For now it's 4:16. So I'll try to do this every morning, because morning is the time I can control, that most of us can control. So I'll try to make a habit of this and speak in front of the camera like this. Maybe I'll put it out on social media or YouTube. Like pick a topic or just share what I feel like saying of the podcast I watch, different things, some nice some comment, even YouTube comment or Reddit comment that inspires me, and some things I do have a habit of writing very long comments on a lot of things. It's more like a habit I developed a while back, actually a few years back. So I found out that I actually get inspired when I like to write stuff and all, when I see someone's comment or some topic, something like that, and in my comments I tend to go beyond just replying to the person, but more like it's just like a rant. I just go off on a rant, and I realize maybe I should just let it out, let it loose, and just write everything I want to write, however I want to write. And I started doing that out of habit. Maybe it annoys the people I'm writing to, probably, but at least for my own self, I realized that me just letting it out helps me kind of channel my channel, whatever I'm feeling at the moment, and put it into words. And usually I'll, if I actually found it nice, I'll, Alexa, stop. So usually if I find it nice and worth keeping, I'll usually copy it and store it, copy paste on my Google Keep. And I've actually stored a lot of notes on that way. So it's time, 10 minutes done. That went faster than I expected it to. So yeah, this is the first day, first experience. Hopefully I'll get so good at this that someday I can put this video up and put a comparison with that. So today, day 1, 22nd of November 2023, for around 4 a.m. I started at 4:08, so now it's 4:17, 18. So, alright, catch you guys when I'm amazing at this.